The blade and the tang should sit deeper into the omote side. So that's actually the side that faces out when it's on display. When it's on display, the edge is up, the handle is on the left. The blade should sit deeper into this half than it does into the ura half, the back half. So that means the edge of the tang is fully flush. It's fully inside that block. The spine of the tang is split down the middle, so that's the same for both halves, but the edge of the tang is flush in the omote side and is fully exposed in the ura side. This keeps the stress from the edge of the tang from resting directly on the glue joint. This way it's fully supported by the wood. And in a similar fashion, the edge of the blade is flush inside the omote half, whereas in the ura half, which is not finished yet, the edge will be sitting up kind of like that. Again, so that the stress of the edge is not right against the glue joint, which could split it, but is resting in the wood. Down at the tip, there's a little reservoir, and this is to capture extra oil if there's ever any inside here. Over the years, a drop or two might find its way into the bottom here. So this little notch and this extra space gives it a place to collect and soak in, so that the blade is not sitting in a pool of oil ever, because that oil will collect dust eventually and it could be a scratching point or a source of trouble. So this just moves it away. This is an Edo period tsuka, either from a large tanto or maybe a wakizashi. The tang is very large, which is why it might be wakizashi. There's also quite a long handle for tanto. You can see possibly that the split is happening next to the edge of the tang, and then here it's in the center. So again, there's more wood on the omote side than the ura side, and the grain of the wood also is running kind of crossways, a little bit diagonally. Normally I make the handle core first, and once that is ready for gluing, then I'll start on the scabbard, because I can use the handle as a reference point. I've taken a small wedge out of here so that there's a little bit of a kink. Kind of keeps the grain running along the curve of the finished scabbard. Ideally, you would want the grain to be running sort of across the opening. You can see that in this one as well. This is an old shirasaya for wakizashi. It's not in great shape, but it's an interesting historical piece to study. It's quite old. It has been opened at least once in the time of its life, because these bands have been sliced, and also there's quite a bit of glue here, which means it wasn't put back together very nicely. Generally, you want everything to be following the line of the spine of the blade, so the tang flows seamlessly into the spine of the blade. It doesn't have a kink. And then also the top of the tsuka here is flowing seamlessly into the spine of the blade as well. This piece has had a patch of wood added here. Likely that was to fit a different blade than the original one that was made for. It's been around a while. So this is the same wood. This is hounoki, Magnolia, Japanese Magnolia. This is just the color of oxidization from a century or more. Same wood.